Hey, are you a songwriter that gets frustrated because the song you know you can write in your heart never makes it onto the page? You keep listening to online gurus that have never written a #1 song in their lives. You would never take your car to a garage that has never successfully fixed a car. Stop doing it with the craft of songwriting. Hi, my name's Chris Wallen. I wrote Don't Blink for Kenny Chesney, Love Me If You Can for Toby Keith, Something to Be Proud Of for Montgomery Gentry, and a bunch more. Let me help you write your best song yet. Go to buildinggreatsongs.com and let's start construction on your next big hit. See you then. Hey guys, I'm Chris Wallen, and I'm going to be doing some videos, put some videos out, and I just want to share this with you. If you like what you hear, subscribe. If you don't like what you hear, subscribe and send it to somebody you hate. Get even with them. So anyway, this is a song I wrote with Jeffrey Steele a few years back, and I hope you like it. Time's the greatest healer. Everything's gonna be okay. Don't worry, you're gonna make it. Yeah. Things unbroken, people say. There's a shiny silver lining. We all go through a little rain. Call me anytime you need me. Yeah. Things unbroken, people say. They don't know, they never fail. My kind of pain, my kind of hell. Until they do, they always say the things unbroken, people say. I still remember asking Mama the day my grandma passed away. How come Grandpa's always crying? Things unbroken, people say. I didn't know I'd never felt that kind of pain, that kind of hell. Until I did, I'd always say things unbroken, people say. I've lost some loved ones, still talk to ghosts. The closest thing I find to peace of mind still comes from, yeah, it still comes from words like time's the greatest healer. Everything's gonna be okay. Don't worry, you're gonna make it. Things unbroken, people say. I keep finding myself healing and leaning more each day. Things unbroken, people say. Things unbroken, people say. My name's Chris Wallen. Hit subscribe, hit like. I'll see you on the next one. Hey guys. Hey guys. Hey guys. Hey guys. Hey guys. Okay. Hey guys.
Exactly. All right, I'm done.
Oh God, son of a bitch. Oh God.
Crazy friend Chris Wallen. And that, my friends, is songwriting. That song, if you want to find it, was recorded by Jeffrey Steele's band, the Sons of the Palomino. They have two projects, Sons of the Palomino 1, Sons of the Palomino 2, both amazing. Sorry, apologize for technical issues at the beginning of the show. Had a little reset on the whole program of why we were going live. But if you didn't hear, we do have a tornado warning out around this area of Nashville, so Middle Tennessee. So do take a look and make sure that you have your weather apps up to date. If you have subscribed to our brand new digital e-paper, Main Street Nashville, mainstreetnash.com, you can find this story. The Elliston Place Soda Shop is set to reopen after transformation. A fabulous story and a lot of great pictures that you will see of a Nashville tradition. And this week, we're going to have one of the folks on who is responsible for this wonderful place. I talked to Randy Rayburn, and he gave me all the people that I needed to get in touch with because he was a consultant on this project. He said, here are the people that you need to get in touch with for this particular story. And we will. If you are like me and no place serves an actual malt anymore, Elliston Place Soda Shop does. You'll find all sorts of stuff in our Main Street Nashville e-paper. Check it out. You can go and get 30 days for free just to see if you like it. It's Monday through Friday, 5 days a week, all the stories about Mid-State and all the things going on with your neighbors and your friends. Speaking of, on Friday night, Faith Night will be at Debbie Champion's Commodore. It's a beautiful night of just sacred music, of Christian music. It's Faith Night. It's around from 6 to 7 o'clock. My friend Ken Harrell told me about it and said, you need to come. And then I took a look at some of the people. Charlie McCoy, who just celebrated his 80th birthday party, a member of the Hall of Fame. Sandra Lee, who is fantastic. We love her. Ben Fuller, Karen Williams, Brian White, Grammy-nominated singer-songwriter, and Cameron's going to be there as well. It's going to be a wonderful night. So Faith Night, the Commodore Grill there on West End. It's going to be fantastic this Friday night. And I'm going to be there. I'm not playing, but I am going to be there. I wanted to share something very, very important. If you are a musician, we did a story earlier this week about the Music Health Alliance. And the Music Health Alliance helps people with their medical bills, navigating Medicare if you are in the music industry in any form, whether you're a songwriter, player. But Kelly Lang and T.G. Shepard, dear friends of mine, are making a plea to help someone in the music industry that's helped so many people with their projects. Give a listen.
Hi, T.G. Shepard here.
And Kelly Lang.
We have a dear friend who's in such trouble. He has been diagnosed with throat cancer. Our dear friend is Buddy Hyatt, who we have sat beside so many times in the studio and recorded our music, along with people that he's worked with, like the Bellamys and Johnny Lee, so many people. He's in trouble, and we want to help him with a GoFundMe account.
You know, years ago, I went through breast cancer myself, and one of the major things that I was most concerned about on top of my health issues was how I was going to pay my bills. And I don't want him to deal with that kind of stress. And I was very, very appreciative of people that did step up and help, and I want to be that person and pay that forward. Anybody out there that knows what cancer does and the treatments they go through, they know it's very, very expensive. And I just am challenging you and asking you to please help us help Buddy by offsetting this big financial cost that's going to go through.
He's going through treatment now. So if you'll take a moment to go to the GoFundMe accounts that Kelly has put together, we would deeply appreciate it, and give whatever you can to help Buddy in any way you can. We're praying for a complete healing. If you can't give money, at least say a prayer for our friend Buddy Hyde.
And we thank you ahead of time.
We do thank you. And if you're looking for the place, if you go to GoFundMe.com, you can find a page that looks like this, Buddy Hyatt Throat Cancer Medical Expenses, and you'll see that it is sponsored by Kelly Lang. And that's the one that you want to go to. There are a couple of them there, but I know that one goes to the right spot, and it will help our friend Buddy. And when people were asking Buddy, he started immunotherapy yesterday, and he said, I really want to send all these prayers that you're sending for me, and I want to join in for my friend Bob Hatter. And Bob Hatter is going through the same throat cancer that Buddy is. And Bob Hatter is a fantastic singer, guitar player, just a real out. Went over and prayed with him with my friend Steve Bard. The community of Nashville always spreads those prayers around. Yesterday, in case you missed it, I hope that you got to see our friend Allie Colleen. She's got a brand new song on Friday. You can pre-save it today.
Hourglass is cracked and leaking sand. Thought by now I'd have a ring on my hand. 6 years right down the drain. We're still doing the same old thing. Tell me, should I leave a light on? We've been doing this for so long, so long. Can you tell me where we're going? I can tell it's where the wind is blowing. I wanna believe in those sweet things that drip from your mouth. But if those words were water, then boy, I'd be drowning by now. Is this love, or are we just playing out, playing out? Well, I've been pulling petals off a rose. Felt like I'm putting my whole life on hold. You love me, but not enough. Is it time to give up? Tell me, should I leave a light on? We've been doing this for so long, so long. Can you tell me where we're going? I can tell it's where the wind is blowing. I wanna believe in those sweet things that drip from your mouth. But if those words were water, then boy, I'd be drowning by now. Is this love, or are we just playing out, playing out? What you doing is Chinese torture, drip, 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 dripping down into your holding out for something more. So what am I holding on for? Tell me, should I leave a light on? We've been doing this for so long, so long. Can you tell me where we're going? 'Cause I can tell it's where the wind is blowing. I wanna believe in those sweet things that drip from your mouth. But if those words were water, then boy, I'd be drowning by now. love? Are we just playing house, house, hey, house, playing house, 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 hey, house, playing house, house, hey, house.
Playing House, that's Allie Colleen. That new single comes out on Friday. You can pre-save it now. If you are a hunter, listen up. TWRA has released some information, especially if you're a rabbit hunter or if you're a rabbit raiser or a rabbit rescuer. You need to know that there is a disease that is affecting our rabbits right now, PHD. V2, it's virus, which means it's a bleeding disease. And so one of the things that you do if you are a rabbit hunter, if they're cooked properly, that you don't have a problem with it, but just don't handle a carcass if you find one. They have not found it in Tennessee yet, but they have found it in Arkansas, right at the Tennessee border. So just be aware, and you can find that information at tennesseetn.gov. And it's also turkey season. There's a big hunt this weekend.
So the reason we're doing this banding project is so that we can have a better understanding of the harvest rate of gobblers here in Tennessee. Ultimately, the purpose of this is so that we can understand the role that the hunting regulations play in the harvest of gobblers and ultimately the population of gobblers around the state. And so that we can predict, if we make a particular regulation change or propose a change, how it might affect, both the harvest and hunting, as well as the ultimate population of turkeys across the state of Tennessee. So to do that, what we're doing is we're banding wild turkeys, gobblers, both adult toms and the jakes, the juveniles, across the state, and then relying on hunters as they harvest birds that are banded to report those banded birds to us. As we know how many birds that are banded are recovered and harvested, we can then estimate, how many are the harvest rate across the state, how many are killed each year, and the factors that play a role in that. Things like the type of landscape that they were in, how many turkeys we think were in the area, how many hunters, and the hunting pressure that was in that area. We know weather always plays a role in how many birds are harvested each year. So those factors we can start to understand what role they play in the harvest from year to year.
You know the why, now here's the how. This weekend, starting March 27th and 28th in parts of the state of Tennessee and April 10 and 11 in other parts of the state, the Young Sportsman Turkey Hunt will take place. It's to teach and educate young hunters ages 6 through 16 about the importance of caring for and conserving the turkey population in our state of Tennessee. TWRA has all the information. They have to be accompanied by a non-hunting adult, age 21 or older. You can find out about more on the spring turkey season that begins April 3rd through May 16 for everyone, or April 17 through May 16 in other parts of the state. It's a little bit different across the state of Tennessee, but TWRA.org has all the information. And to find more about the Young Sportsman Turkey Hunt, you can go to tn.gov/news. Well, we got some news, and we got the beautiful Janelle Arthur, and
Hello. Thank you for having me. This worked out so well.
in the waiting room, and I saw you, and you had your lovely kitty cat with you.
He is
Your
crazy. He's literally laying right here. He wanted to walk back and forth, so he might make his debut here.
I know I've got one of those. I always say I've got one of my barn cats has found out where I am and will get right outside my window and go meow meow.
Yeah, it's always at the worst time.
It is. Well, speaking of it, not the worst time, you were releasing something really special this week, and let's talk about your big announce yesterday.
Yes. Well, I'm so excited to announce that I have a duet with Miss Dolly Parton coming out. Timing couldn't have been better. And it really is just, in my opinion, God's providence, because it was supposed to come out last year and everything happened with, the shutdown. And we knew that it really wasn't the right time to put out such a special, important song, because we wanted to make sure it was the perfect time, and I'd waited a while. I'd had this going on for a few years. So, but I'm so excited it's coming out. And if you want to unlock the release date, you'll have to go to my socials and click on the link. So. Wow.
Well, we're gonna see this little. You did have a special visit from Miss Dolly herself.
Hey, Janelle Arthur, it's Dolly. Remember me? I'm your singing partner. I had so much fun on our duet singing "Hand Me Down." So, congratulations on your album. Hope it does good. I know you're great, and I love you.
This love that's running through my veins is giving me life in my last name from the inside out. I'm covered in hand-me-downs.
God,
I had to take a picture of my cat.
I love this sound together. Huh.
Thank you. And, first off, I have to say, before I move any further, I will have to, say I have to give my condolences to, of course, Dolly and the whole family on the loss of Bill Owens, her Uncle Bill. He was a good man, and he, of course, did so many great things, especially for Dolly. And it's one of my most special songs to me is a song that I actually have with my uncle and Uncle Bill, and we wrote it. It's called Young and Reckless, and so he's always been even special to me and in my own way. And I just yesterday I sent my condolences to the family, and he'll be very missed. So just had to say that too.
Absolutely. I'm glad you mentioned Uncle Bill. He's the one that bought her the bus ticket, wasn't he? The first one that helped her out here in Nashville.
Yes. And I mean, he helped her even when she was just a little kid. I mean, the show that I did, Paradise Road, I portrayed a young Dolly in that show, and they always had someone playing Uncle Bill because he was so much a part of her story. And I'd do the little Kaz Walker scene, and there was always a guy they would have to play Uncle Bill. He'd be setting up the microphone and playing guitar and stuff like that. I mean, he was just such a big part of her and really helping her have, I think, the confidence and the ability to come to Nashville. So,
well, I really could spend hours talking to you about this. Now I want to talk about Oliver Springs, and that's where you're from, right?
That's where I'm from. Yes.
Is that close to where Dolly was brought up? Because you guys have really similar speech patterns.
Yes, we do. Yeah. So, well, what's funny is, yes, I grew up. So Oliver Springs is about an hour and 10 minutes from Sevierville, which is where she grew up, and, but when I was 8, I started singing in Pigeon Forge in that area. So I really even spent almost more time living in the Smokies, right there in Pigeon Forge, Sevierville, than I almost even did in my own hometown. But Oliver Springs is where I'm from, and it is very similar. We live in the valley surrounded by some mountains, and just very similar upbringing in different ways. But same people. We're the same people in that way.
Truth, truth, truth. Well, I have one of your singles called White Horse. Can I play that? Can I play that beautiful video?
Of course. Yes.
Janelle, a lot of you guys met her through American Idol, but she's ours. Before she was American Idol, she was our Tennessee girl. And so I just want you to hear this beautiful voice.
I grew up believing in fairy tales just like all the other girls did. I've lived long enough now to know Prince Charming ain't always who he says he is. Ooh, if happy ever after is the only thing I'm after, I can find my own white horse. Don't need no one to save my day. I can find my own white horse and ride away, ride away, ride away. Yeah. Once upon a time, true love's kiss was everything that I was waiting for. Ooh, so I kissed a frog or two and I left a glass shoe, but he can keep it. I don't need it anymore. 'Cause I can find my own white horse. Don't need no one to save my day. I can find my own white horse and ride away, ride away, ride away, yeah, into the sunset. Ain't afraid to take the reins and ride away, ride away. I can find my own white horse. I don't need no one to save my day. Yeah, I can find my own white horse and ride away, ride away, ride away, yeah, into the sunset. Yeah, into the sunset. I grew up believing in fairy tales just like all the other girls did.
I love everything about that.
Thank
Oh,
you.
I got my own white horse too.
Good. All right. Yes.
Woo, Janelle
Thank you.
Arthur. Tell everybody how they can get that song pre-saved, how they can get it.
Well, I have all the details on my Facebook page, Janelle. It's facebook.com/JanelleAI12. And you can go on there, and the link's right above the video of Dolly that you saw at the beginning. And or you can go to my Instagram. The link is in my bio and in some of my little stories that I have up above there. And really, it's going to take you to a page. It's going to let you unlock the release date. It's going to let you unlock a little bit more of the song, because I know a lot of people want to probably hear some more of the song and hear more of her beautiful voice. And but when you do that, what's incredible is we're actually entering yourself into a giveaway, and that will take you to a place where you can actually pre-save the song, and then you are entered to win 2 tickets to Dollywood. We're calling it the ultimate Dollywood experience. So 2 tickets to Dollywood, a 2-night stay at the Dolly's Dreammore Resort, which That's a big deal.
Uh-huh.
And then there will be also a $100 Frontier flight gift card if you need a way to get there. So, yeah. So, and then there's also more. I'm going to have a breakfast with whoever, wins this. If they want to have a breakfast with me, we can do that as well. And then some other little fun prizes will I'm sure, come into play over time. So, yeah.
Well, you guys follow everything Janelle Arthur, and thank you so much for your time today. I'm just such a huge fan of yours.
Thank you so much. That means a lot, Devin. Yes. Oh, yes. And a portion of my part will be going to Imagination Library as well. Just wanted to make sure to mention that.
I forgot Imagination Library, and how could we forget that? It's the most important thing just about it that Dolly does. Although, well, she does a lot of important things. That $1 million toward a vaccine that we all just got to take is pretty darn good.
That's a pretty big deal. And Imagination Library is just something that's so dear to my heart. I just wanted to definitely give back to that.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Janelle. We love you.
Love you too. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
We're going to check in real quick with my friend Don King from TWRA. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing well, Devin. Doing well. How are you?
I've been talking turkeys, and I talked about the hunt that is this weekend in parts of Tennessee, and I mentioned the rabbit virus that to kind of be on the lookout for and where people could get that information. But can we talk a little bit about everybody wanting to be back outdoors? Last year was a big year for license.
It really was. And, if there are, I know how you are. You're a positive person. You're always looking for the glass half full, right? Well, that's kind of how I look at it too. And with the working for the TWRA, it's been a struggle over the last 5 or so years to keep the license sales up to what they need to be for us to be able to do our jobs, and just being honest. So we've been really looking for ways to bolster license sales. Mm-hmm. Well, the pandemic came along. All of a sudden, people are they got claustrophobic, I guess, and they thought, well, I used to go fishing. Maybe I'll go try that again, or I'll get outdoors and just maybe go hunting. So, and during that time, our communications division began to put together a whole bunch of how-to 101 instructional videos on how to cook wild game, how to tie a knot for the first time on a fishing lure, where to go fish, and those kinds of things. And it kind of all converged during the year last year. People got outdoors and people bought licenses, and it's amazing. I mean, I heard the number and I thought we're off a decimal point here, surely. But 200,000 people bought a license for the first time ever. They weren't in our system before. Now, they may have been older, and maybe before computers, they might have bought a license back when they were younger, and before we had them. I had a record of them in our computer system. But 200,000 people that we hadn't sold to in a while stepped up and bought a license. And so kudos to them for helping support wildlife and fish and the watchable species and everything in our great state. So it's been a banner year, and this year looks like it's kicking off as equally as strong. So that's a great thing.
It is a great thing because responsible good hunters help TWRA keep up.
That's exactly
our
right.
population's health. They keep them robust as far as, but too much wildlife can cause a lot of problems. So you have to harvest.
Right.
So there's a lot that you guys do.
There's that balance, there's just that magic balance. And a good example of that is our turkey population in southern middle Tennessee has been down a little bit in the last few years. Well, they implemented a study to take a deep look at what may be causing that. So consequently, the turkey season was adjusted slightly. So the opening for turkey season would be April 17th, in southern Middle Tennessee, some of the counties down there. So check your hunting guide, and a couple of counties in West Tennessee as well. But that's kind of an ongoing thing. You know, our biologists are out there monitoring the populations and making sure, like you said, you know, some of the worst things that can happen is overpopulation, and we just gotta seek that balance at all times.
We say anyone that's been driving down the interstate and has hit a deer, it's a terrible tragedy. I mean, and not just for the deer. I mean, it's a major cause on our highways and our roads, our side roads, of issues. And when there's too many and it's overpopulated, especially, you have to really watch it during rutting season, and because they're crazy.
Yeah. They lose all sensibility at that point.
So, you know, we appreciate what you and everybody at TWRA does. The YouTube channel is fantastic. There's one that I have not gotten to see, but it's how to hunt coyote. Everybody right now, the plentiful coyote, and they can really wreak havoc on your livestock, but there's a way to do it.
Yeah. Yep, there is.
You know, it's coyote. There's a lot to it. And there's a great video at the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency YouTube channel.
Yeah, and you can just go to tnwildlife.org is your sort of splash page, and there's all kinds of links from there to those videos that we were talking about earlier, as well as the coyote video. And it'll link up to our YouTube channel. And I encourage everybody to get online and seek out a lot of that great information.
Well, we just appreciate and keeping us. I want you to check in from time to time, because all of the seasons change. And like you said, I mean, turkey season, there's basically 2 different dates for wherever you are in Tennessee. So make sure you check out, it's Tennessee, tnwildlife.org.
Right.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. We tell everybody, be safe, be kind, and remember, you are loved. Thanks, Don. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Devin. Thank you.